As parents, we all know that moment. The one where you've had enough. Your patience has reached its limit and you raise your voice in frustration. Maybe it was a buildup of stress, exhaustion, or an ongoing issue that finally tipped you over the edge. Afterward, there's that striking feeling, that intense wave of guilt that rushes in. Did I go too far? Did I hurt them? Am I a bad parent? It's hard to shake, and it lingers, sometimes long after the moment has passed. If you have ever felt guilty after yelling at your child, you are definitely not alone. In fact, many parents have been there at some point. But here's the thing, it does not have to define you as a parent. To help you better understand and navigate these feelings, we're going to break this down into three sections, making it easier to absorb and apply to your own parenting journey. Let's explore why we sometimes yell, why the guilt hits so hard, and most importantly, how to handle it and move forward without letting it control your parenting. First things first, let's take a step back and try to understand why we yell in the first place. It is not because we don't love our kids or that we don't care about their well being. Yelling usually happens when our stress levels are through the roof and our patience is worn thin. It's a natural response to feeling overwhelmed, helpless, or like we're not being heard. There can be a lot of things that trigger this reaction. Having a tough day at work, dealing with endless demands from everyone around you, or just plain exhaustion. When you have reached your limit, your body can react instinctively. It's like your brain is screaming, I need to be heard too. Unfortunately, in that moment, yelling becomes a way to regain control, but it can also make you feel worse afterward. And here is something important to remember, it's normal. Every parent at some point has raised their voice. It does not mean you are a failure, it just means that you are human. The trick is not to let guilt consume you. Before we dive further into parenting tips, if you are finding this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more insights and real talk parenting advice so that you will get notified every time that we share new content. After yelling, you might feel like you have failed your child in the same way. The guilt can feel crushing because it conflicts with the image that you have of yourself as a loving parent and understanding parent. You feel like you have lost control, and in turn, may question whether your child will remember this moment as an example of your anger or frustration instead of the love and care that you provide. But here's the truth, your child is not going to remember that one moment as the defining moment of their relationship with you. Kids are incredibly resilient. What they will remember is the love that you show them consistently, your willingness to apologize, and how you make things right. Children are learning from how you recover from moments of frustration, not just from the moments themselves. Now let's talk about how to handle the guilt after you raise your voice. It's one thing to feel guilty, but you also want to know how to move past it so it does not weigh you down or hinder your relationship with your child. First, acknowledge the emotion, but don't let it define you. The first step is acknowledging the guilt without letting it take over. It's okay to feel guilty. It means you care about your child's feelings and your behavior as a parent. But don't let it consume you. Guilt is a signal that you want to do better, but it should not be a source of shame. Remind yourself that you are doing your best. You are not perfect, and neither is parenting. Everyone loses their cool sometimes. Second, take responsibility and apologize. A great way to address guilt is by taking ownership of your actions. After things settle down, consider sitting down with your child and saying, I'm sorry for raising my voice earlier. I was feeling very frustrated, but I should not have yelled. This is a powerful example for your child because it shows them that adults can make mistakes, admit them, and apologize. It also teaches them how to take responsibility for their own actions when they make mistakes, a key life skill. When you apologize, it's not about putting the burden of responsibility on them. Instead, it's about showing them that you are human and that you care enough to make things right. Kids need to know that it's okay to make mistakes, and it is how you recover from them that matters most. Reflect on what led to the outburst. One way to avoid repeating the situation is to take some time for self reflection. Ask yourself, what triggered the outburst? Was it stress, lack of sleep, or something else? Understanding the root cause of your frustration can help you prevent similar situations in the future. For example, if you find that yelling happens when you're tired or overwhelmed, it's very important to find ways to address those issues. Maybe you need more rest, a little alone time, or help with household responsibilities. Acknowledging these stressors does not mean that you are weak. It means you are aware of what you need to be your best self. It also helps to teach your child about boundaries and how to express feelings in healthy ways. Give yourself some grace. This is crucial. Be kind to yourself. Parenting is very hard work, and you are doing the best that you can. You are not perfect, and that's okay. Perfection isn't realistic. What matters is that you are showing up for your child every day, even on the tough days. Guilt is a natural emotion, but don't let it spiral into negative self talk that keeps you stuck. Learn from the situation and move forward, knowing that tomorrow is a new day with new opportunities. Reconnect with your child. After a moment of tension, reconnecting with your child can help heal both of you. Spend some quality time together, whether it's reading a book, playing a game, or just talking about your day. This helps build the emotional connection and reminds both of you that one bad moment does not erase the good ones. Your child needs to know that your love for them is not conditional on your emotional outbursts. They need to feel secure in your relationship. Seek support when you need it. Sometimes, if you're feeling overwhelmed by guilt or just struggling with managing your emotions, it's okay to reach out for support. Whether it is talking to your partner, a friend, or a professional, having someone to talk to can help you work through your feelings and get a fresh perspective. Parenting can feel isolating at times, but you don't have to go through it alone. Yelling at your child does not make you a bad parent. It makes you a human parent. What matters most is how you handle those moments. By acknowledging your actions, taking responsibility, and doing the work to improve, you are teaching your child the value of emotional regulation, accountability, and resilience. Guilt can be a powerful emotion, but it does not have to define your parenting journey. With self compassion, reflection, and a commitment to growth, you can move past these moments and continue to nurture the loving relationship that you have with your child. So, next time that you find yourself yelling, remember you are doing your best, and that is enough. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this too. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How do you handle moments when you have lost your patience?